in order to have harmonious relationships and a harmonious environment with the space you share with others, you have to be aware of the governing rules that affect all your interactions with other people. Because being nice, being kind, being a doormat, and even being a sacrificial lamb for the sake of others will not cut it. If you are under the impression that giving, being subservient, not speaking up, staying quiet is the answer for good relationships, then you are in for a rude awakening. In this world, the people who have the purest of hearts, but who are ignorant of the way of this world, suffer the most. And those with the best of intentions end up being misunderstood and even shunned, by which time they start to rebel and start hating everything and everyone for doing them wrong. And in this video, we will talk about how to balance that love-hate polarity and create a mutual relationship between you and the rest of the world. But before we do that, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, here on this channel, I talk about how you can find your passion and go after it at any age, how you can find balance even at the most difficult times in your life, and how you can be happy with the things and the people you already have surrounding you. So if you are interested, make sure to click the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. Also, give this video a big thumbs up to spread the message. So point number one is to let go of your idea of good versus evil. Because the more you obsess about being good and righteous, the more you keep alive the idea of evil in your mind. A lot of ancient teachings focus on this particular issue because they know and understand that labeling yourself as good can only result in the labeling of others as evil. Because let's face it, when you're saying, oh, I have a good heart, I have a pure heart, I have good intentions, people don't understand me, this just means that you believe that other people are evil, other people have different intentions, and that they don't have such a good and pure heart. And the point is not about whether they are or not. The point is for you to stop keeping this alive in your mind. To stop making this part of your thoughts and your beliefs, because this will only result in distorting your own view about the world and your view about yourself, because this is playing out in your own mind. It doesn't mean that there aren't people out there with bad intentions, or it doesn't mean that there aren't people out there who are pure evil, because there are. But it doesn't matter. What matters is what you are entertaining in your mind all day long, what is taking up space, because that is what matters to you. As you may know by now, all the information that you are gathering from your outside world and is entering your mind through your sensory inputs is going straight to your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind only knows you. So whatever kind of opinion you have about other people, the outside world, that is reaching your subconscious mind is going to take that as something that is a part of you, something that has to do with you, and not things about separate entities. And this is why these destructive thoughts can be truly destructive to you, because in your mind, these things are being processed as if they are, part and parcel of who you are, your reality. So you don't want this to enter your mind and create havoc in your system, because you are not aware that this is happening within you. And this is why all the ugliness will find an outlet sooner or later, shocking you and everyone in your life and your environment, because it's going to happen in such a way that is so alien to you, that is so foreign to you, because you never knew this was taking place within you. You never checked, so you never knew. You may find yourself, all of a sudden being triggered, angered, resentful, and even say and do things that are hurtful to others. That is unlike your normal self. These were things that other people do. These are the behaviors and actions of the people outside of you. These were the actions of other people that you were constantly judging and criticizing. So now you have to ask yourself why you became just like the people you were criticizing, why you became just like the people you've always thought were evil and that you were above. And you will find out that the reason is because of the struggle, the war that was taking place within you, good versus evil. You have kept that alive in your consciousness, and sooner or later you are going to experience the wrath of the evil that is, happening within you, because you have allowed that. You have allowed your own perception and your views and your ideas to be distorted in such a way that it became a constant struggle for you to go against the world. There are people, there are situations, there are things that you believe are, in the wrong, so you've always been fighting, you've always been struggling. So what ends up happening is you end up being just like the people that you're fighting, the situations that you're in constant struggle with, all the friction that you are allowing in your life will end up in hurting you. So unless you want to fight yourself to oblivion, you have to stop. You have to retire this idea that you have to always be in a constant struggle. You have to fight. You have to be this warrior, the one who makes everything right, and just live your life. Stop judging and criticizing others, and stop judging and criticizing yourself, because we all have that light and dark side within us, and it's all about the choices we make in life. So let things be and stop the fight. Point number 2 is to eliminate people pleasing from your practice. And yes, life is a practice, and if you are practicing being a saint in the land of demons, then it's your funeral. I mean, that's a bit harsh. They're not all demons. Let's call them morally corrupt people. And like we talked about in the previous point, you are not to call them or perceive them as good or evil. You are to look at them as this pure potential for both creation and destruction. Because let's face it, we all have that within us. And like I said, it's all about the choices we're making every single day. The only thing you have to know is that not all of us are making the right choice. And once you are aware of this fact, there will be no confusion. There will be no ambiguity of who's doing what. You'll always be aware of the fact that virtually anyone is capable of doing anything. And what this will do for you is, it will help you stop the judgment. It will help you stop being in this constant state of fear and anxiety. And it will just give you this knowledge, this awareness that the nature of the world and the nature of us humans is this duality, and that the decisions you make about the people you're interacting with on a daily basis will be based on this knowledge and awareness instead of the ignorance and fear and anxiety about the unknown. Because now you are aware of what every single person is capable of, and you will make your decision based on this knowledge. You will not shy away from doing the right things and helping people out in their time of need. But at the same time, you're not going to fall for their traps or manipulation, because now you can see right through them. Whereas before, you were blinded by your own need to people please, to be excessively nice, kind, and giving. And now, you'll only treat people from the point of view of your new awareness that every single person has within them, both creative and destructive nature. You will avoid any surprises and any emotional hurt that might occur, because you are now aware that it's the duality playing out, it's the duality in action, and you will not be demonizing anyone, you will not be hating anyone, you will just rise above, as a result of your new awareness. Point number 3 is to be busy with yourself. Focus on yourself. Become selfish. Educate yourself. Work on yourself. Read books, not others. Stop focusing on the outside world so much. Stop focusing on what other people are doing, what they are thinking, and instead, just prioritize your own growth as a person. Focus on the things that you need to do. focus on your own priorities and see if there are things that you can do to make your life better, to make things easier in your life, instead of just fragmenting yourself out there with everything that's happening. And what this will do for you is you'll start to find out your own needs, your own dreams and your goals, and you will actually have the time to work on them because you're not obsessing about what everyone else is doing. Now, you'll stop being the weak link in your relationships or interactions with others, and you'll instead become the inspiration. And you will find it a lot easier, and you will find it increasingly easier to be around people, to work with people, to partner with other people once you are in your power. And the way to do that is to work on yourself by avoiding all the distractions that are out there. So focus on yourself, do what is right, dedicate your time and your energy to empower yourself instead of victimizing yourself as you go. You don't want to be the victim. You don't want to always portray this image of yourself as someone who has been done wrong. And instead, you're just going to be this powerful person who's able to communicate with others properly, who's able to help others in their time of need, and also who's able to protect themselves when, there might be some bad intentions from the outside world. All right, so last but not least is number 4, and that is to practice forgiving others without ever letting them back into your life. This is a very important and powerful practice, one that is going to allow you to cleanse any negativity that has resulted from past hurts, from people who've done you wrong, from situations that have been, painful memories that have lasted years. Now you can free yourself by allowing the forgiveness to happen, but being smart enough to never let these things repeat. And the way to do that would be to, not necessarily let these people back into your life. It's important to realize that you can forgive them without ever letting them back in. The forgiveness that you're doing is mainly for you, because you are aware of the fact that if you keep this in your mind, if you keep this alive in your mind, it's just going to continue spoiling or creating problems in your relationships, in your interactions with other people, because you're always operating from the fear and anxiety of that event repeating itself, of the people that are new in your life acting and behaving the same way that people in your past have. And you are forgiving and letting go because you don't want this to be your reality. You don't want to spoil, potential good relationships, great relationships, partnerships, whatever they may be, just because of the fear you have in your mind.